Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, November 15th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. So I had to leave today around 2:15. The damage had already been done, but market came back strong. Again, I reiterate this a lot. People can use whatever they want for why the market went up, why the market went down. I know when we flushed out in H period, there was the headline about rockets going over into Poland and stuff, and that's all well and good. But again, unless those rockets bounced off of Poland's mainland and back into Russia, right? We came back and filled all the single prints. So why don't you use market-generated information for a reason why the market sold off, right? It'll keep you grounded. So why did the market flush in H and I? Well, quite simply, this market has been very long. We have a huge $4.50 gap, right? We went up 1, 2, 3, 4 straight days. And then finally, we took out a daily low and came into balance. And I'm on the wrong one. There you go. I was on cues. And we came back into balance, right? So all we did is put us back into a nice 3-day balance now. I said it would be healthy to get balance on the daily. Now you'd like to come out of this balance back to the upside. So today we're using Friday's low as the balance low and today's high is the balance high. Now if you take out Friday's low, then obviously you're going to be going back down on the daily, or some people would encompass it as a 5-day balance then, if that happens tomorrow. But regardless of what you use it as, it's still healthy what happened. Now all we have is the day's high and the day's low. I mean, we took back a lot of September 13th day. The next destination was to get into that large gap. Well, SPY got up to 402.31. So we got just under 70, 80 cents from getting that daily high and getting into that large gap above us. And the market failed. It got tied, it rolled over, it flushed. Okay? But even though it flushed hard, what happened? We took it all back for the most part. So we don't have an outside day down. We don't have an outside day up. We had an 8 for 8 wide point of control. So if we open inside of today's range, you're going to have some tremendous chop tomorrow. If we take out today's high tomorrow, the daily goes back from balance back to up. If we take out today's low, we don't necessarily go down yet. We have to take out Friday's low and see how much we take out of it to see if we're just stretching the balance or going down on the daily. I had a good day before I left. I had a couple of big trades early. Actually, believe it or not, in A period, I made money from the long side, and on one of them, it was a really nice 5 lot. As soon as it filled the gap, I got 8 points out of it. Bounced right off of where I bought them, shot straight up for a nice 5 point on the mini for 8 points. And prior to that, on 2 longs, I made about 2 points on each of those. So that was a really nice A period. B period, I took a long thinking it would pop the top. It never happened. I took a loss on that when it came in. I'm like, I'm not going to hold this and start giving anything back. So it came back towards the opening, and I took it off. In D period, I took a short because we were one time framing down and made money on that with the ebb and flow trade. Now, there were multiple ebb and flow trades really on the short side in D, E, F, G, and then obviously I'll get to H in a minute. I didn't take any of them. Even though we took out the IB low in C, I thought the overnight low was really far away. I thought maybe when E took out D's high, we actually had a chance to possibly take out the day's IB high because it wasn't a big range at that point and possibly get the overnight high. Obviously, that didn't happen. So I didn't take any trades. I was watching. Then in H period, I didn't hold it, but boy, oh boy, I innovated. It looked like it was going to break. I took a 5 lot short, and boom, it broke. And I thought I was a genius. It went from 50 to 47. I was like, wow, I got 3 points. Now, the reason I didn't think I thought we would get the 9 wide POC, which obviously we did. And then I thought since we're 8 for 8 wide with overlap into higher value, actually we had higher value at that time, it would rotate back up. Obviously, that didn't happen as we got a nice liquidation break. So I didn't really participate at all after I took off my 5 lot, but I did participate nicely in I period. 3 times shorted all the ebb and flow trading, and then I had to leave after I period. The only other trade I probably would have done is once we started eating away at these single prints in J and K, once L took out K's, it wouldn't have been for much, but I probably would have taken it along to just go fill those single prints. So I had a good day prior to leaving. And again, this is healthy for the market as it puts the daily back into balance. As far as our upside in SPY, we have today's high all the way up at 402.31. So $4 higher from where we basically settled. And then 403.10 daily high, and then filling the gap at 407.51. For the downside, we have today's low of 394.49, 394.49. Then we have Friday's low of 393.61, and that's the important one because that would be taking us out of balance if we get below it, and you should have everything below that with the price probe and single prints. For ES, today's low is 39.60. Below that is 39.51 daily low, and again, you should have the other ones below that. For today's high, 39 is the high, and then I gave you the daily high and the gap fill yesterday on the upside. And then just quickly on the charts, I'm just going to show you the daily. So here we are. We're in a 3-day balance. We took out yesterday's high. We took out yesterday's low. Closed inside of yesterday's range. It's a 3-day balance. If we come out of it to the upside, we should finally, I think, attempt to get into this gap. Look, it's not going to be easy to fill that gap. It's a large gap. So today's liquidation break actually might have helped, right? You shook out weak longs. So if we do come out of balance to the upside, maybe we do a better job inside of this gap and then attack the 200. If we come out of balance to the downside, well, then we're going to be firmly inside of Thursday's range, and then we'll see what happens if we ever go down to that low and that gap. All remains to be seen. But the market's still trying to go up. The monthly's balanced, daily's balanced, the weekly is up. So it's going to be interesting to see if buyers can keep control and come out of this balance to the upside. Everything news-wise is pretty much out as far as the Fed and CPI until next month. So if nothing upsets the apple cart, we should continue to grind higher. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. And we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.